Texas Math Mundo audience, are we in store for a treat today? In the house is Mr. Aser Lompo. He was a 2014 participant in the IMO representing the country of Burkina Faso. He earned a distinction of honorable mention, the highest distinction earned by that country to date. Mr. Aser Lompo has a unique mathematical story to share with us, and it's my pleasure to bring it to you. Let me take a quick moment and ask that if you enjoy this content, that you please hit the subscription button and the notification bell, that you leave a comment below, and that you smash that like button. Please help me spread this joy and this beauty. Mr. Aser Lompo, Burkina Faso 2014 IMO Honorable Mention Distinction, right ahead. My name is Saul Kandu, and this is Texas Math Mundo. Texas Math Mundo audience, are we in store for a treat today? In the house is Mr. Aser Lompo. Our guest was a participant in the 2014 IMO representing the country of Burkina Faso. He earned the distinction of honorable mention, the highest distinction yet from a contestant for Burkina Faso. He is studying for his doctorate in data science, and he achieved his master's in statistics and probability. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Mr. Aser Lompo. Welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. I'm very honored and to be here.
The honor is mine, Mr. Aser Lompo. The honor is mine. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, and I definitely want to hear your story.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, how are you doing? Let's start off by how are you doing and what is keeping you busy nowadays?
Thanks for asking. I'm actually doing very well. And these last days I've been working on some few papers that like going to submit by next week. So it takes a lot of writing, corrections, also collaboration with other authors. So I didn't sleep very well this last day, but hopefully it will be over next week.
So are these math papers you're writing?
Yeah, like it's applied math. Actually, they are in the domain of natural language processing.
Wow.
So it's like in the domain of machine learning, basically. But the tools are mainly math tools. So like I'm applying my knowledge in maths in this domain.
Sounds hard.
Actually, it's not that hard for once you've been doing like some competitive maths. This is not that hard.
Oh, great. Hey, so when you're not working, how do you have fun? What are your hobbies?
Oh, okay. So my hobbies, like addicted to chess. Like this is I can't live without it. Like I play chess so much with friends in a club of chess and also online.
Really?
And right now it's winter, so I cannot go hiking, but otherwise hiking would be one of my hobby.
Hey, I have a question. E4, E4 or D4?
I'm D4 guy. Sorry, I'm a D4 guy. Like I learned a lot of openings with E4, but I feel more comfortable with D4 because that's how I started playing chess.
So, what's your favorite line? Can I ask you? I'm a chess player too. What's your favorite
Oh yeah,
line?
okay. My favorite line is like with white, I'll go for the London system because it's very calm and like you can see the opponent coming and there are little tricks. And for black, I would be for maybe the Caro Can.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
for with black, Caro Can will be my favorite line.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love it. I love it. That's great. I love chess too.
Thanks
So.
so much.
That's funny. Hey, what languages do you speak?
Oh, I speak French because this is my mother tongue, and English, and yeah, like I've learned a little bit of German, but I'm not that good with that.
All right. And currently, you're a PhD candidate, right?
Yeah.
At what institution?
Mila, I have two supervisors. One is at Mila. Mila is like institute in Montreal for machine learning, and another one is at ETS, École de Technologie Supérieure
Oh, okay. Wow.
at
Great.
Montreal.
I want to get into your background because I think you have an interesting background. So, where are you from, born and raised, and what's your cultural heritage?
Okay, so I'm from Burkina Faso, and so I was born there. I grew I also grew up there until age of 17, and my parents also are from Burkina. Like my mom was born in Ivory Coast. I don't know if you know. It's like
West
next to
Africa?
Burkina Faso, and but she grew in Burkina Faso. Like after like a few years in Ivory Coast, her family moved in Burkina Faso. So yeah, my almost all my cultural heritage is from Burkina Faso. Yeah.
Okay. And when did you realize that you had a talent for mathematics?
Oh, okay. That's a funny story actually because I until ninth grade I was a pretty not average but normal student because I had normal grades. I was maybe in the top 10 of my like cohort, and once we got to 10th grade, uh, like a little bit of context. In Burkina Faso, we used the former French math program. Okay, so because we used to be a French colony, so we kept the same education system that they had back then. So it's very high level math. So this part starts when we reach 10th grade. So when we reached 10th grade, I didn't really felt the difference in difficulty because my grades kept being good while my friends like couldn't keep up. So that's when I realized, oh, okay, maybe I have something with that. So yeah, I started being interested in that, and yeah, and then all the competitive maths and all the story that we might go more into detail
So,
after.
how was the educational system in Burkina Faso? So, it was the French system?
Yeah, the old French system. So we had like in maths especially until now the problem that high school students have in Burkina Faso are very hard compared to right now in France. Because when I moved in France, like in 2015, I could tell the difference because they knew less things than I studied, but the result that I got because after high school we have a national exam, And my grade at this national exam was lower, significantly lower than all the French. But yeah, the reason was that ours was very hard compared to there. So yeah, in math it's very old, and we also have yeah, philosophy, French, and like I mean literature, geography, and all of them are mandatory. It's not like right now in France. I know that the system is made in such a way that you can choose, like can it's like a buffet. You choose whatever you want, and in Burkina Faso, it was more mandatory. Everyone had the same things. So
Okay.
it's a little bit old-fashioned, and yeah.
Okay. So I don't know much about Burkina Faso. Is it a very modern nation, or is it a emerging nation? Is it a struggling nation?
Yeah, I would say right now that it is, um, unfortunately, these last days, the country has been suffering from like some kind of internal crisis, like so, like, there is a lot of insecurity, and in some regions, and it's terrorist attacks. So it kind of paralyzed the whole economical systems. So we yeah, it's like slow down the whole dynamic. So that's what's happening right now.
So it's a little
But yeah, I would
unstable.
say maybe emerging. Yeah,
Yeah, emerging. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Cool. 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 Okay. So who inspired you? Who are your inspirations?
Oh, okay. As a teenager, I grew in a boarding school in Burkina Faso. So I couldn't see my family, for instance.
Oh
Like
wow.
I could see my family maybe once a month, and so we were in a very it was a military boarding school. So we were out of town, out of like in nowhere, and we were also only among us doing sport and military activities and also education. So I didn't have access to internet, TV, no cell phone, nothing.
Wow.
So the thing is that the inspirations I could have was from people around me. So I had some elder brothers in that school who were like models to me. They were very smart and very interesting people, and yeah, and therefore, and then when I uh, went out of the school, and I had more access to, yeah, internet and stuff like that. Even before I get out of the school, once I have the opportunity to have internet, the person that really inspired me were what a mathematician, a French mathematician, like a field medalist. His name is Cedric Villani. I don't know if you
Well,
heard. Yeah, he's like the back then I couldn't understand his works. I was listening to a lot of his conferences. I was like, yeah, I was really thirsty of understanding, but I couldn't understand everything. But I really liked the person. He was very inspiring to me. And there was also another person. His name is Etienne Klein. He is a doctor in philosophy and physics,
wow.
and yeah, he taught me how to think, and that was something that, like, that's what I really learned from him.
Awesome. 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 So how were you selected to be part of the 2014 Burkina Faso IMO team?
Okay, so when I was in 10th grade, we were we've been like, there was a selection for the PAMO team. PAMO is Pan African Math Olympiad, and it was back then. It was in Nigeria. in Nigeria. So we we had two exams, and at the end they wanted only 10 students from 10th grade. So I went through the two tests, and at the end, yeah, I was selected among the 10. And for the team of Burkina Faso, for this panel, they wanted like there was a main team of people from the previous years, and from the 10 person of this year, they wanted only 2 persons that will come with the main team as observers, like people who would just go there to observe. And I was among the 2 persons.
Oh, wow.
And so this was eye-opening to me, because that was the first time I could attend a maths Olympiad, and like a competition. I mean, in like not national, but kind of international. And the next year, among the 10 people, they selected, if I remember well, I think 6 persons for the team, for the 2014 team. The thing is that the 6 person at the beginning were for us. Yeah. We thought that it would be for the PAMO as well. Oh. We didn't know it would be for the IMO. Because we learned about the IMO thing 1 month before the event. We didn't even consider this possibility, because we were so far from the level of training. Like, we didn't have enough training. We only had maybe 2 camps of math training of 1 week. What is it for the IMO competition? So it was a little surprise. So when they told us that we would have this IMO competition in South Africa, it was in South Africa, Cape Town. We were like, oh my God, we're not, there's no way we're gonna manage to do that. So we had a 2 weeks intensive math camp. And after this one, we went there. That's how they selected us.
And you got honorable mention. You did well.
Like that was unexpected, because the problems were very hard, I think that for almost for most of them, I couldn't find a solution. And so there was this geometry problem. I really liked geometry back then, because there are a lot of known results in geometry to know. But I think that compared to other domain, geometry was more like, at least it was visual, and you could have an intuition. Yeah. So this geometry problem, I started with that. I knew I had something on that, and I couldn't let it go. And at the end, that was how I managed to score enough points to get the honorable mention.
Awesome. What do you remember the most about the 2014 IMO in Cape Town, South Africa?
Yeah, in Cape Town, South Africa. What I do remember the most is that I think it was the joy of knowing that there are so many people around that are so passionate of mathematics, and so many incredible people. And I was like, yeah, that I belong to there. Like, I was like, yeah, that's my place. And so these 2 weeks, I think we went there for 2 weeks in total. Those 2 weeks were amazing. These 2 weeks were amazing. And so the atmosphere, and a little parenthesis, I met there the French team.
Oh, really?
This was 2 years before I moved in France.
Wow.
But the thing is that when I moved in France in my university, they were all there.
Really? So you
The
knew
whole
them. You
team
had
was there.
friends.
Yeah, in France.
Huh.
So I was like, I know you, I know you, I know you.
Huh.
And yeah, so they were so welcoming and like, yeah, no matter where you are, no matter what your background is, you speak math, I speak math, we can understand each other
And
and we can
chess.
share something. Sorry?
And chess.
Yeah, and chess, exactly. That's so true.
But it's such an honor to represent your country. To represent your country at the IMO. That is
Yeah.
such an honor.
Yeah, that was a amazing honor, and I feel very blessed and lucky because yeah, this was not like granted.
Do you feel that your IMO experience helped you with your subsequent journey in education?
Yeah, because at it, I think it kind of um 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 it was eyes opening, I think, because once I reached to when I got this honorable mention, it made me like it boosted my self esteem, my self confidence. I knew that okay, like I I can do it. I can actually do it. So I after the following year when we went to Pamo, this was my second participation in Pamo. It was in I don't remember what country it was, but like we were so more confident after this experience. So yeah, we had better results in general. Like I think that this year was the best performance of Burkina Faso in Pamo, and so I got the gold medal there, and
Oh,
we
wow.
got also silver, and after that when I went in like in general it also taught me how to um, like address some math problems and be open-minded when it comes to maths, and it was very valuable for the like the next academic journey that I had in France, for instance, and until now, I'm still in like benefiting from this experience.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Would you like to make any shout outs to anybody who has helped you along the way?
Oh, okay. I would definitely like say thank you again to his name is Kura Ismail. He is one of the older brother that I mentioned before, who was a model for me, and yeah, he was so inspiring. Such a smart person, like his style of thinking of breaking down problems, and also it was a support for me when when he left the team. I was a little bit on my own for now, but it was still there for me and still encouraging me from long distance. And also I would like to like thank so much Mr. Barry, the team leader for PMO and IMO. It was incredible. Like he did so many sacrifices for us. Without him, this whole thing wouldn't have been possible. So yeah, thanks so much.
And now you're the inspiration.
I hope so.
What advice would you like to give any of the youngsters that listen to you, to listen to this interview?
Um, okay. Yeah, regarding maths, I would say, yeah, don't limit yourself. Don't think that you have limits. Whatever your background is, you can do it. You can, like, with enough investment, you can manage to make something out of it. And yeah, regarding in general when it comes to solving problems or solving I don't know. there are two key things that I remember from this experience. The first thing is learn how to express your thoughts and your problems clearly. The more clear you can express your problems, the more you will understand it, and the closer you will get to the solution. So when something is not very clear to you, it means that there's more thinking to do in that, like to really make it clear. And the other thing is that um, that's a little bit funny because there are some problems in math, some, let's say a geometry problem, okay? You might be biased into finding a geometrical solution. I mean, find a theorem from geometry, find a theorem from your book on geometry. But sometimes the solution can come from algebra. The solution might come from analysis. So be open-minded when you face a problem. Don't think that don't have tunnel vision. Don't think that the solution might come from this. No, broaden your perspective, and sometimes you might be surprised where the inspiration might come. So yeah, that's are the advices that I would like to share with.
Wonderful advice. Wonderful advice. And so,
Thank you.
what do you value the most about your mathematical journey so far?
About my mathematics journey. Um, that's a good one. I think um, it's having a methodic thinking. That would be maybe having methodical thinking.
All right.
Methodical thinking involves what I said earlier, having a broadened view and also being able to clearly state or express the problems, and also in the way you break down the problem and you explore for solution, be methodical. So yeah, that will be the thing that, like, yeah, it made me a little bit sometimes cold-blooded when it comes to, so even when you face stress, sometimes when you calm down to think clearly, sometimes you can see the way through.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. You know, you're still a young man, but what does the future have in store for you?
Okay, so right now I'm pursuing this PhD, and I would see myself in like both domains. So I would have one foot in the research domain, academic research, so that I will also I will also be able to teach because I like teaching. I actually still teach, sorry. And the other the part is that I would have to have also another foot in industry, because I think that applying what you know is something that is very valuable, and sometimes you don't realize how, like, groundbreaking a simple idea can be once it is applied. And coming from a emerging country like Burkina Faso, this is something that would be very valuable, because Burkina Faso gave me the chance to, like, go as far as I could. They really encouraged me. They funded me. So I think I need to show my like to show to give something back to them, and this will be by building maybe a company. And so yeah, after my PhD, I would probably have few years postdoc, and then I will start, I have a position in a faculty, and also in maybe industry.
Well, I'm very excited for you. There's a lot ahead of you, a lot of work ahead of you.
So much.
So, do you have any parting words or final thoughts as we conclude this interview?
Final thoughts. Like I would say thank you so much, like for like reaching me and also for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts. Like it really makes me feel important and like that's really amazing. And I really want to encourage you all as well, because your work is amazing. The passion you share, the like, it's really contagious. I don't know if it's an English word, but yeah, you spark the fire in people in your audience, and that's something really valuable. So yeah, I really appreciate it, and I wanted to say it to you.
Mr. Aser Lompo, let me tell you, the pleasure is mine. And every story is unique. Every story is unique, and your story is unique. And I bet that you're going to be an inspiration to many of those who watch this video. And so I have all the gratitude, all the thanks that you have agreed to share this story.
Thank you so much.
Also, hey, I'm in Houston, Texas. I know you're in Montreal right now. But
Yeah.
if you ever come near Houston,
Yeah.
I hope you contact me, man. I know good food places. There are a lot of good food places. It's an international city, just like Montreal. So
Yeah.
if you're ever in this parts, please call me up. I'll treat you.
Sure.
We'll have a good time.
Sure. Thank you. I will do it. I will do it for sure.
Hey,
Thank you so much.
The pleasure is mine. I wish you the very best. You take care and farewell. Farewell.
Thank you. Farewell.
Wow, what an incredible story. What a great spirit that young man exhibited. Mr. Aser Lompo, 2014 participant in the IMO representing Burkina Faso. Honorable mention distinction, the highest from that country so far. Thank you very much, Mr. Aser Lompo. I really appreciate it. Let me take a quick moment and ask you, if you enjoy this content, that you please hit the subscription button and the notification bell, that you leave a comment below, and that you smash that like button. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Let's spread this joy, let's spread this beauty to as many people as possible. I have plenty of wonderful things in store for this channel, and I truly appreciate your support. My name is Saul Gandu, and this is Texas Math Mundo. Farewell.